Hey everyone. Um, so this is just the second of the videos that I've done. Um, it's a bit random and it's in no way, well, as you'll clearly see, it's not meant to be any kind of guide for a well-rounded nutritional meal, but it's just me showing the kind of random stuff that I'll eat sometimes. And I used to eat weird stuff before I went vegan. I would be like, I would just eat slices of stuff, like slices of ham or like, and then some ice cream, some ice cream, not together, but I guess the reason I wanted to film this was just a quick mention of the kind of points that you'll hear these kind of points come up um, in lots of other videos. People like Earthling Ed mention this sort of thing. I didn't really start this channel to be, I don't know, like outspoken vegan stuff, but I guess that's the way it's going to go. It's stuff that I think about a lot, and hopefully it's just soundbite sort of stuff. But this one's hopefully going to be a short video. The last one was about 20 minutes of me eating a salad, which may have been really boring, but it's just a chance for me to chat. And if anyone's in the mood for listening to that kind of chat and joining in the comments, whatever, maybe it'll help. And like I said before, just interested in kind of dialogue in the comments and just seeing if other people do the same or do differently. Or basically, I just went to the supermarket earlier to do a quick late night shop to grab a few bits for the morning, and I saw this. I've seen this Squeaky Bean brand before. I think someone bought me some. Yeah, my wife bought me some of the deli style ones to try out, and I really liked them. These I saw today, the chicken kebab style sandwich slices. I couldn't resist. I used to love eating chicken kebabs, and now I wouldn't go near them, mainly because there's chicken in them. I'm not averse to a bit of junk food, but yeah, I guess one of the points is, if you like me, well, I didn't go vegan because I didn't like the taste of meat. I went vegan because I realised that I didn't want to implicate animals to be killed, just for my, my taste pleasure, as the term's often used, but for my preferences for food. I'm about 5 years in now, I think, and we're still good. But yeah, I just remember like back in the day, I used to be one, like my mum would always have like ham slices in the fridge, and for snacks I would just go in and eat some slices of ham, like roll a few slices up and just eat them on their own. When I'm on my own, I'm probably quite a lazy eater, and I just eat random bits, like a tin of sweet corn and a bit of this, a tin of beans, whatever, just random bits and pieces. I don't care. Obviously, if I had friends around or was cooking for someone, there's no way I would serve that sort of thing up unless we're like camping or whatever and had the last few tins there. But yeah, anyway, point is, yeah, main point is that I guess there's 2 points rolled into one. So didn't go vegan because I didn't like eating meat. It's because I didn't like eating meat because of what it meant to the animals, what happens to them, and yeah. If you get a chicken kebab, then you're paying for a product that obviously involves chickens being killed, and you're just pumping money into that system. And you can still have chicken kebab style stuff, and these are pretty good. I'll just do a quick kind of taste test. You can see I've done one already. I ate a slice earlier, but let's see what this is like. Squeaky bean, ready to eat chicken kebab style sandwich slices. I haven't had chicken kebab for a long time, but tastes pretty legit. I'm not a massive fan. This is so it's water, wheat gluten, chickpea flour, extra virgin olive oil, soy sauce, soybeans, whole grain wheat, coconut oil. I mean, I'm personally not a massive fan of the kind of wheat-based products like seitan. You know, they're okay, and if I want some, junk food, and there's some sort of, vegan food truck selling, chicken kebabs, vegan chicken kebabs, then I'll go for it. But if I'm buying stuff to stock up for cooking dinner, I'm extremely unlikely I'm going to buy that. If I do want a chickeny type thing, there's some great like jackfruit recipes you can do, and I'd much rather eat a kind of whole food alternative, than just having a kind of slight. Because to me, you can feels like you can just mold anything out of wheat kind of what do you call it? With the seitan, you sort of like wash something off it, and you end up with a sort of glutinous material, and that gets molded like you're getting like seitan chicken nuggets. It's just like kind of molded, formed into a shape and breadcrumbed and that, and that's okay. But I'm not gluten free or celiac disease sufferer or anything, but just generally, there's a lot of people who say that even if you're not celiac, then bread can be it's relatively hard on the kind of digestion system. It's not hard, but it's relatively kind of more difficult to process than say if you ate like a carrot or something. I don't know. This could be totally wrong, but it's like I do eat bread and I eat breaded things. I don't sort of avoid them all, but if I've got the choice of having a sort of a chickpea burger or a seitan or type burger, I'd always go for the chickpea one. It's a whole vegetable, and it's going to have some other salt in it and sugar and whatever. And if you're eating a burger at the end of the day, it's not a health food. But I'd rather go for the kind of more whole food end of the scale than just the kind of squidged together wheaty matter. I mean, that is what this is largely. It's 36% wheat gluten, it's saying on there. It has got chickpea flour in there, Durham wheat flour, other bits and pieces, spices, herbs, rice, sourdough. This is another one as well where it's saying, got the allergens on there, and it's saying for customers with an allergy to celery, mustard, nut, almond, milk, in brackets lactose, and egg, that strict controls are in place to prevent cross-contamination, but for severe allergy sufferers, we advise that this product is not suitable. So that's the kind of thing where that's an interesting point, actually. I will buy products that they say they're going to may contain traces of those things. I see that as a kind of, it's like a disclaimer from the company to say, look, they're not putting eggs or milk into these products, but there might be in a facility or a site that processes those. So there's a chance that some cross contamination could happen. So I figure that, it's not actually the ingredients, but they just can't say that it categorically doesn't include any of that, because someone who's a severe allergy sufferer might consume it and then get a reaction, and then obviously, in court, if they're looking at this food in question in a lab and they might find traces of lactose in there, then obviously the company's liable. So, obviously, if I had the choice, I'd rather go for one that said it categorically didn't include any of those. But I see this possibility of a trace being in there. I mean, at the end of the day, it says it's vegan on there, so you can't be selling something that's vegan, that's got those in it. I'm not saying that this isn't vegan. I'm just saying that, it's more of a back covering or arse covering statement, isn't it? So you see some dark chocolate, so they don't have dairy in them, but they'll still mention that, may contain traces of milk, but it's not actually the ingredients. You know what I mean? And that's a relevant topic, I think, because, when you do go vegan, initially, it's sort of like you can spend a lot of time looking at ingredients, a bit like this video, really. I've been staring at that for a while now, but there's that you go through this process of like, oh, you can't believe it, there's something that you would assume is vegan, and you look at it and then there's like milk or eggs down there on the on the ingredients, and you're just like, why are there eggs in this thing? Same some of the kind of like Linda McCartney stuff, you just and same with some of the corn ones, it's just like something that seems like it could be a vegan product and just has this random egg or chicken, and egg or milk in there. And these days, surely you can get around those things. And I don't know, in my mind, feel that I think most products would surely benefit from not including those, not least for the fact that it's reducing the requirement to bring cows and chickens into our food chain. I mean, I say food chain in the sense that they're being brought into the food production cycle. Food chain is just, at the end of the day, a term that's been made up by humans. Often gets used as an excuse for or a reason for why we should eat meat or animals. It's with part of the food, it's natural as part of the food chain. Well, I'm pretty sure. I mean, even if you're living in a remote place, I think the food chain is I don't know. I don't think that's relevant. Feel free to discuss it, but anyway, what was I saying? Basically, look, the products where they could almost be vegan, it just makes you wonder sometimes, why is there still egg in there? Why is there still milk? Part of me thinks, is it, if there's sort of agreements with companies, or if you're locked into an agreement to take like a certain amount of dairy products, or I don't understand. I don't understand sometimes, but I guess obviously if you're a big company and you've got a recipe that's working and it's got milk in there, like dairy milk or egg in there, I can understand that. Although there are egg alternatives, vegan egg alternatives, like using aquafaba from chickpea water, basically. If you're a big company and you're knocking out these burgers and they're selling, really, selling great, and they've got the milk in it, unless there's a big driver, like if you're losing loads of business and people are, not buying these things and saying, oh, we're not buying these because they're not vegan, then maybe then you start looking at changing your recipe. But if you're doing really well, I can understand a company. It's probably, I can imagine it's probably a convoluted process for a company to go, right, we're going to take this milk out, we're going to start using oat milk or whatever, a plant-based milk in place of the dairy one, or in with the egg, like replacing it with an egg replacement. Maybe that's going to, because they've got to go through all taste tests and all that sort of stuff. Then I'm not like making excuses for them, but I can see why you know, why some of these products, why it still has it in, you know, where you know, realistically you could make a successful product without having egg or dairy milk in it, but to get to that stage from an existing one could be long. But yeah, anyway, so it's chicken kebab style slices. I'm just eating them on their own here because it's just late and I'm just wanted to get them just to try them out really. But I reckon in a, you know, nice bit of bread and or in a kind of, yeah, sliced up with salad, or in a kind of like deli style sandwich. Or I guess this is a chicken kebab style one, so you stick it in a pitta, you know, a few rolls, roll up a few slices of that and stick it in with some the usual toppings that you'd the extras that you get with a chicken kebab. Yeah, could be pretty cool. Not really, you know, I'd prefer to see a kind of more chunky, you know, chunky kind of slices. I think you can get those kind of things, certainly in the supermarkets. But yeah, like I said, I don't tend to go for it that much. The kind of, I don't go for meat substitutes. Like if there's a, you know, you can get all sorts. Like same with like, you know, bacon substitutes. You know, you can make it out of everything from mushrooms to you know, the kind of more manufactured ones made out of I don't know, not sure. I'm not only in the food industry, so I don't know exactly. But you know, you can manufacture bacon alternatives, or you can do simple things like, you know, marinating, you know, certain vegetables. Like I think carrots, you can do it with mushrooms, definitely. You know, what's the other one? Rice paper. You can sort of make a marinate. You can marinate rice paper basically and make it into a crispy bacon. And yeah. One of the comments, you know, I've seen, and a lot of you probably have seen, or maybe even commented yourself, depending on your background, is that, you know, vegans, like, you can tell vegans wish they were still eating meat because, you know, you get these like fake meat things, and it's like, well, like I said at the beginning of the video, you know, you don't necessarily go vegan because you don't like eating meat. So the argument that like you shouldn't have meat substitutes, if you really care about animals, you wouldn't have meat substitutes. Well, dude, like, how is making like an alternative to meat? How is that? It's just, to me, it's like most obvious. It's like it's a meat alternative. It's like I don't eat animal meat because I don't want animals to be killed for that. But that doesn't mean I can't make something that resembles it. I'm not saying I don't like eating bacon. I just don't eat bacon because it involves pigs getting gassed, killed, throat slit, chopped up, you know, and I'm not down with that. So that's not cool in my book. So yeah, obviously don't want to eat, you know, I'm not going to eat this every day. It's just it's a junky sort of thing. I don't know, I'm not sure of the, yeah, it's just a nice tasting thing you make a sandwich out of, or whatever you want to do with it. This is not, if you go vegan, it's not like, hey, buy these every day and you'll be a healthy vegan. Obviously not. I mean, look at the ingredients, you can work that stuff out for yourself. But you know, there's lots of nutritionists out there who can advise, and obviously there's lots of YouTube information on it. I'm not saying you should base your dietary plans on YouTube videos, but there's a lot of these days there's a lot of information out there that you can find. But yeah, so fake meats, all good once in a while, but then, you know, there's lots of great veggie alternatives. So yeah, and the other thing is, I guess I just do these videos hopefully just to show. I mean, that's melted a little bit now, so I got it out of the freezer and then came down. But this is some, I think it's called Raw, ROAR. It's like a hazelnutty kind of ice cream, really nice. Oh, hazelnutty cookie dough, I think it is. Yeah, but I guess the point to this one, the reason I'm filming this is because it's like the question of, you know, what do vegans eat, and you know, there's all the, going back to Earthling Ed as well, is he's got a video where he's, you know, he makes the point about, you know, not going vegan because he didn't like physical or the texture of eating meat or the tastes. It's just about the animals. And he always says that you can get everything like that he used to eat. He can now get vegan, so all the usual thing like pizzas, burgers, blah blah blah. Spaghetti bolognese, and the same with ice cream. You can nowadays chocolates, all sorts of sweets, ice creams, desserts. There's just like such a massive range of amazing vegan options for all types of food, really. And this tastes amazing. Obviously, I've been vegan for 5 years, so I haven't eaten ice cream with dairy in it, and I'm sure it does taste slightly different. It's going to, isn't it? But this tastes amazing. It's still that same feeling that I used to get, when you have a Haagen-Dazs with dairy in it, and you open it, and you want to eat the whole tub, sort of thing. That kind of vibe. Yeah. I should point out again, this is melted pretty badly because it's been sat there for ages while I've been talking. And eating my chicken kebab style sandwich slices. But yeah, like I said at the beginning, this is clearly not nutritional advice or some sort of health food video. This is me eating chicken kebab style sandwich slices and non-dairy ice cream, vegan ice cream from the company called Raw. I think you can tell from the quality of this video that this is not a sponsored video. I think if I was sponsored by these companies, I'd probably be getting dropped pretty soon. But yeah, you can get loads of amazing vegan food, vegan alternatives for I reckon anything out there. I think these days there's so many people making, working on vegan food that I don't think there's anything out there that you could not make a vegan alternative to. And yeah, some of them might involve the kind of seitan-y, kind of fake meat stuff, but I think there's always variations and like better kind of whole food alternatives available. And yeah, so just a little random video about eating chicken kebabs and ice creams. And yeah, I hope it was entertaining. Well, no, maybe not entertaining. That's probably expecting a bit much from this video. But like I say, I am 365 vegan. I'm vegan for 5 years, and I just started this channel just to start putting content out there, just to have my little comment. Whether it's a little voice in the echo chamber is another matter, but it's just my thoughts, and yeah, hopefully we'll get some comments and have a chat with people about it, and yeah, just enjoy the kind of dialogue. And if anyone does have any questions, we're thinking of going vegan, then always feel free to ask questions, and I'm not going to advise you myself, but I'm happy to send links to other people who are more qualified to do that. Yeah, so hope everyone's good and staying safe, as we say in these times. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.